Oh, wow, I gotta adjust this up a little bit. Short That was your last one ever, for sure. Ever? Ever? Oh, I couldn't waste the one short joke on that if I knew that was the last one. All right, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Yeah, come on, guys. We've been doing this for 18 years. I expect a little bit of oomph here in the morning. As John said, I have run, previously before MediaPost, I ran the email and loyalty program for Arby's for about 4 years. And working in email can be a pain in the ass, guys. I get it, right? Like, I love it. I think everyone in here loves the channel, but it always comes with something. And I've dabbled in almost every marketing channel in the 15 years that I spent brand side and agency side, except print, but like, who cares about print? And email is definitely my favorite, but you know, call me crazy, there's just something about email that always gets like leadership's panties in a twist, right? Like a PLA ad or a display ad like rarely ruffles their feathers, but with email, it feels like there's always something with them. It can sometimes feel like everything just always goes wrong. It's like the time when we were promoting a new menu item and a send error had sent it to our full 10 million database instead of just the 3 local markets that we were testing that product in. Or the time when we were running a free sandwich on Father's Day and Twitter canceled us because it was insensitive to people who didn't have dads. Or the fact that like any time we had a glitch, even if it was only impacting like 0.01% of our send file, it always impacted one person within the company. The same person every single time. Like, how is that possible? Like, or the multiple times that our brand president like came in hot one morning and accused me of not sending out our weekly email offers because he didn't get them, when after hours, and I mean hours of troubleshooting, we found out that he had signed up for our email program with 7 different email addresses and he was just checking the wrong account. Yeah, I mean, these are all very true stories, and I'm sure all of y'all have stories similar to like, come on, like, can we ever just catch a break sometimes? There's just something about email and SMS and push that's just personal, right? To us, to our customers, to our leadership. These people have made an active, conscious decision to want to hear from us. They're hand raisers. And in a time where everyone is actively looking for ways to avoid hearing for brands, where they're actively looking for ways to opt out of advertising, isn't it nice to support a channel where people opt in? Don't we owe it to them to give them something worth opting in for? It's really, really humbling for me to get to stand up here in front of friends and former coworkers and fellow email veterans to help bring together some of the best marketers in the business from some of the most well-respected companies in the United States, right? To spend 3 days away from PowerPoint decks and triggered journeys and figuring out what the F happened to our open rates, to collaborate, to meet people you would never get the opportunity to meet with, and to learn from brands that you truly admire. Seeing all of you here and hearing about your wins and your losses and your crazy stories about send errors or audience segmentation, like sometimes it's enough to make me miss all of those annoyances and grievances and weird little quirks that comes with working in the email channel sometimes. So let's get into it. As a reminder, everything on this stage is recorded and on the record. A core element of what we do here at MediaPost is journalism. It is providing a platform to share and showcase the amazing work that you find people are putting out. But, we have the opportunity to go a little off the record sometimes, and that happens at noon, cameras shut off, we can get a little weird, talk about really what's going on in our roundtables, which are truly meant to be off-the-record conversations and deeper dives into topics that we will cover on here to stage today. And as John said, we have been doing this particular summit for 18 years. And back then, it was just focused on email, but as the industry has changed and our job scope has slowly crept to include other own channels, so has the summit content that we want to put out today. And from push to in-app to SMS, we're going to talk about how we can really leverage that full suite of our tools and our owned marketing arsenal, right? How we scale our strategy across all of these channels that are now under our purview. And you're going to hear from United Airlines about how they expanded their marketing reach and launched their SMS program and how they integrated it with their existing channels as well. And we're going to talk about loyalty, because how can we not? And I'm a firm believer that loyalty fatigue is here. And customers are questioning, do I really have to sign up for another account just to check out or just to do this one thing? And you're going to hear from Papa John's and Delta about how they're thinking about driving this loyalty with a little L concept versus creating another complicated point system that consumers have to understand. But first, what happens when these channels that are the backbone of our life cycle marketing, they just need a little TLC? What happens when they become stale? And it happens across every company. With all the things that we can do to kind of spruce up our programs, where do we start? What are the quick wins that we can do to help drive towards that long-term vision while we rebuild what we're trying to do? So please join me in welcoming what I think is the best last name in the entire world, Liz Beerbuglin, the Director of Lifecycle Marketing for Michaels Stores, to hear how they got crafty to drive growth and revenue across their email and SMS channels. Liz.